I will have that matter seen to at once. Of course, business people are quite right to consider their due, and I do not blame Messrs. Cossey in the matter, not in the least. Still, I must say that, considering the long and intimate relationship that has for nearly 2 centuries existed between their house and my family, they might, well, have shown a little more consideration." "Yes," said Mr. Quest, "I dare say that the step strikes you as a harsh one. To be perfectly frank with you, Mr. de la Molle, it struck me as a very harsh one. But of course I am only a servant and bound to carry out my instructions. I sympathise with you very much indeed." "Oh, don't do that," said the old gentleman. "Of course other arrangements must be made, and much as it will pain me to terminate my connections with Messrs. Cossey, they shall be made. But I think," went on the lawyer, without any notice of his interruption, "that you misunderstand the matter a little. Cossey and Son are only a trading corporation whose object to make money by lending it, or otherwise, at all hazards, make money. The kind of feeling that you allude to, and that might induce them, in consideration of long intimacy and close connection in the past, to forego the opportunity of so doing, and even to run a risk of loss, is a thing which belongs to former generations, which, whatever their failings, were very often generous in their dealings, and allowed their business to be sometimes conducted upon personal rather than commercial principles. But the present is a strictly commercial age, and we are the most commercial of the trading nations. Cossey and Son move with the times, that is all, and they would rather sell up a dozen families which had dealt with them for 2 centuries than lose £500, provided, of course, that they could do so without a scandal and loss of general respect, which, where a banking house is concerned, also means a loss of custom. I am a great lover of the past myself, and believe that our ancestors' ways of doing business were on the whole better and more charitable than ours. But I have to make my living, and take the world as I find it, Mr. de la Molle." "Quite so, Quest, quite so," answered the Squire quietly. "I had no idea that you looked at these matters in such a light. Certainly the world has changed a good deal since I was a young man, and I do not think it has changed much for the better. But you will want your luncheon. It is hungry work talking about foreclosures." Mr. Quest had not used this unpleasant word, but the Squire had seen his drift. "Come into the next room," and he led the way into the drawing room, where Ida was sitting reading the Times. "Ida," he said, with an affection and heartiness which did not, however, deceive his daughter, who knew how to read every change of her father's face, "here is Mr. Quest. Take him into luncheon, my dear. I will come presently. I want to finish a note." Then he returned to the vestibule and sat down in his favourite old oak chair. "Ruined," he said to himself. "I can never get the money as things are, and there will be a foreclosure. Well, I am an old man, and I hope I shall not live to see it. But there is Ida, poor Ida. I cannot bear to think of it. And the old place too, after all these generations, after all these generations." End of chapter 9.